Hey everyone, welcome to Chuck Levin's Live, the inaugural pilot episode.
Oh, is this happening?
This is happening now,
Right
Dan.
now? Oh, okay.
Right now.
All right.
Today I'm here with Dan. I'm Sam, and we're going to be playing some Reverb Roulette.
My favorite game.
Dan's favorite game.
Let me describe what Reverb Roulette really is.
I barely know what it is.
So you pick a product category in Reverb, and you sort high to low. And whatever the highest is will react.
We'll critique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Poke holes.
Yeah. Whoa, look at those prices. Okay, my eyes are popping out of my head already.
Most of the Beatles stuff that's up there, I think, I'm not going to say it's fair.
Is it real?
It's not surprising.
Is it real, though? Let's see.
I doubt it. I don't think Ringo owned many
Let's read the description. 1963 original Ludwig super classic Ringo Beatles spec snare complete. Best Ringo set ever. Now, I'm guessing this wasn't owned by Ringo.
No, what that reads to me is that is a 60s Ludwig. In the finish that Ringo played, in the sizes that he played, but it's not a kit that Ringo ever touched. It's just had a Beatles head put on it.
Really quick, let's touch the price. Okay, so there's a strike through price, which is the compare at price of $44,995. Okay, but there is a price drop right now, which the current price is $39,995.
Wow.
Okay, plus $500 shipping.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you want to insure something that expensive, right? Like, yeah, that should work. Now, on the bass drum, there's some autographs.
Sure.
All right, let's talk about that.
Is there a bass drum shot or a description of whose autographs those are?
All right, that is very, very small print.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go.
Great.
All right. I think we should just read the whole listing and understand what
you're going to read all of that.
Why not? You read the first paragraph. I'll read the second paragraph.
No, the first paragraph has nothing interesting in it, though. That's just
fine.
who Ringo was. Who cares?
I'm gonna read the first paragraph.
Man,
anyway.
I just said that to the internet. Who cares who Ringo? I do care who Ringo was.
I care a lot. In over 40 years in the vintage drum world, I've seen dozens of Ludwig Black Oyster Ringo sets. My quest to find one of these is what first got me interested in vintage drums. That seems like quite an adventure. This 1963 super classic model Oyster set is by far the most perfect super classic Black Oyster Ringo set I've ever encountered.
Debatable.
Okay, this set is virtually identical to the set Ringo Starr played with the Beatles for the majority of his career with the Beatles. Okay, so recap, it sounds like it's not owned by Ringo, right, and it is an exact replica of the set that Ringo played.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we were doing points, I get a point.
All right. You get a point. I'll give you a point anyway. I'll give you an extra point.
Right. How about that? Like a whose line is anyway point.
Okay.
Right.
Well, $5,000 price drop. Let's see why. Why is it cheaper than $44,995? What's wrong with it?
The set was made in 1963. All of the drums have pre-serial numbers, keystone badges.
Wait. Okay. Stop right there. What is a pre-serial number?
So at some point in the 60s, Ludwig. So pretty much all Ludwig drums will have serial numbers, but they only started tracking them sequentially and attaching them to a build year in the latter half of the 1960s. Oh. So a pre-serial Ludwig kit is really only dated by context clues. So finish on the drum, hardware appointments, things like that. But the serial itself will not tell you when it was made.
So how do you know it's real?
I don't know.
If there's no serial number to check out.
Oh, there's a serial number.
Okay.
But and there's a way to know that serial number is not a tracked number. So you know it's pre. I think it's 60. I don't know. I think it's like something like 66 or 67 is when the serial numbers actually start to mean a build date.
Okay. All right. Well.
So I don't know how he arrived at 63. He might detail that in the listing here.
Well, apologies for interrupting. Continue.
The 13-inch and 16-inch toms are both date stamped. So there's a date stamp in there.
June 23rd, 1963.
Mm-hmm.
Good year.
This single owner set that was purchased directly from the Ludwig factory in Chicago barely 6 weeks after Ringo first bought. I need to fill in some words that he left out of the listing. 6 weeks after Ringo bought his first Black Oyster set, and about a year before anybody in the U.S. had ever even heard of the Beatles. The set went directly from the Ludwig factory to the buyer's basement, where it remained for the next 56 years.
Just imagine being that buyer, and like you just have a drum set in your basement
and never playing it at a gig.
Yeah. This story seems a little bit too good to be true, to be honest with you. I'm big doubt that kid never left that basement. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about the fact that it was sent directly from the Ludwig factory. So was the Ludwig factory in Chicago at the time? Can we verify that?
Not with me, you can.
Okay. Well, maybe we can ask our Ludwig.
But they were in Chicago at one point.
Okay. So that checks out a little bit. Okay. So next paragraph. Oh, this is a long one. See,
That's what I was saying.
I should have took the other.
I told you.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see if my eyes can read this. The set is in near perfect condition. No holes, modification, discoloration, or damage. Nothing broken or missing. The shells have been professionally buffed and polished. Okay, wait a minute. The shells have been professionally buffed and polished. Does that affect the value?
Not in my experience. My question would mostly be why you felt you needed to buff and polish a wrapped finish.
If it had been sitting in a basement and not used.
Yeah. Why would it have?
Wouldn't you want the patina on it just to show like, hey, this is old?
Depends on the person, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right. The badge on the snare has been buffed to shiny brass, which again, is that the right thing to do? I don't know. The other badges retain their matte brass finish. There is some extremely slight snare rash on the 13-inch tom. The chrome is extremely clean. Well, the chrome right. is extremely clean with only some extremely minor pitting. Original Ludwig logo heads, top and bottom, all original brass hoops, red felt mufflers. What's a muffler? Yeah, I'm an idiot. What's a muffler?
So that's what goes on the back of your car that stops it from being super loud.
Is that why my car is so loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have a muffler.
Okay.
No, a muffler is going to be, it's usually a piece of felt that is attached to a lever, and that is then attached to a piece of hardware on the outside of the shell, usually like a nut or a wing nut or something like that. And as you twist that wing nut, that'll press the felt against the head.
Okay.
And basically just, allow you to
so it stops it from rattling.
Muffling. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got it. Let's see. Interiors of the snare and Tom's drums. I'm reading that's what it says. Are painted white. The bass drum is unpainted on the interior, as was the standard practice with Ludwig at the time. Well,
I don't know about that, but
I don't know about that either. I think that we could check that out, and like that would say, is this person selling a legit piece of gear? All drums have standard Ludwig overlapping finished scarf joints. That sounds impressive.
That's just like they all do.
Is that like really a scarf? Or
so yeah, a scarf joint would be like instead of cutting the plies of the wood straight and then having those flat sections join each other, scarf joint is cut at an angle. So it's kind of like when you are chopping vegetables and you chop them at an angle because you have more surface area. Right. Gotcha. Same idea. So you have more surface area for the glue to join up.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So scarf joint. Okay. The set is in nearly the same condition as it was when it left the Ludwig factory in summer of '63. The photos depict the condition of the set very accurately.
I would hope so.
So, all right. There are some extremely slight snare rash on the 13-inch tom. Didn't he say it was unplayed? Or
I don't think he did. Just didn't leave the basement.
Okay.
And that's how you get snare rash.
Yeah.
Is setting them up so they're kissing each other.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's your scarf joint.
Yeah.
Right. You see that?
Yeah. Is that delaminated a little bit? Is that what that is?
No.
Okay.
No, that's just good old American build quality.
Okay. Let's look through this. I mean,
those are original heads,
cool.
all right.
Yeah,
man.
There's some patina on
those
there.
heads are. What is that?
What?
That's 60 years at this point.
Is that like, what were they made out of at the time?
The heads?
Mm-hmm.
Plastic.
It was plastic?
Yeah, at that point.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, next paragraph.
All right. 22 by 14 bass, 16 by 16 floor, 13 by 9 tom. Now here's, okay, so I'm going to stop here. As I established previously, I am definitely respect Ringo. I'm not an expert.
Okay.
My understanding is that he always played what is known as a downbeat kit, which would be a 20 by 14. And I think at the time it still would have been 13-16, but it may have been 12-14. But the bass drum for sure was undersized because there's a quote from him that's something to the effect of he played small drums so that he could still be seen at the back of the stage.
Okay. But did he develop that preference throughout his career or at the beginning? Because this is saying this is the kit before Ringo got started and it was like his first kit. That's how I understood.
So I think he did that when he first got this Ludwig kit, or his version of this Ludwig kit, because that would have been I believe he would have known he was going to appear on TV shows in the U.S.
Okay.
So he would have spec'd out something smaller.
Okay.
That's my understanding. So
this isn't. I guess it says Ringo correct underneath. I'm not going to skip ahead.
He does keep saying there, but even before
Ringo spec,
he's
Ringo
saying Ringo
correct.
spec.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I don't,
All right.
I don't think that's entirely correct.
Okay.
So moving on. The 14 by 5.25 matching jazz festival snare drum. I'm not an expert. I always thought that they were 14 by 5.5, but
maybe
whatever.
Back then is
maybe
different. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not uncommon to see drums in like unusual fractional depths, especially snares. Snare drum is what is now commonly referred to as the Ringo Spec Jazz Festival. I've never heard that.
What makes it a jazz festival though? Like, is it the shape?
I don't know
size?
why Ludwig called it that. It may have just been like an arbitrary branding of their drums at the time. But as far as I understand it, that was just kind of like that was their contemporary drum set in the 60s was the Jazz Fest.
Okay.
He actually kind of goes on to explain it. This version is defined by the muffler, badge, and throw-off being located on 3 consecutive panels with a slightly deeper than normal shell. As a standard jazz festival is just 5 inches deep. Ringo's was 5.5, and this drum is 5.25. So another discrepancy.
Right. There it is. We're finding them.
I would also argue that the 5.25 inch depth may have just been an oopsie. That they then were just like, screw it, put heads on it and box it up.
Yeah, I mean it was a little bit. It was like the Wild West back then. Right?
No, yeah, there's tons of that stuff. This version of the Jazz Festival was made for only a very short period in 1963, probably when Jeff was on the line and was cutting the drums too short. When Ringo Starr now famously acquired his first Black Oyster set. By the time the Beatles exploded into worldwide popularity in 1964, Ludwig had already changed the hardware configuration and returned to a standard 5-inch deep shell. When Beatlemania erupted in 64, Ludwig sold thousands of Black Oyster sets with matching Jazz Festival snares, but none of them were in the Ringo Spec version. This makes the Ringo Spec Jazz Festival and Black Oyster finish one of the rarest and most coveted snares ever made, with only a handful known to exist.
Okay.
I would argue that's not because Ringo spec'd it. That's just because Jeff on the line was just really getting aggressive with the cutting wheel.
I'm not a drum person, much less a drum collector. But that line, this makes the Ringo Spec Jazz Festival and Black Oyster finish one of the rarest and most coveted snares. It made me think maybe this is the right price. I don't know.
Sure. I mean, I'm not going to argue it's rare.
If it's real.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if all the rest of that's real, cool. That's neat.
So we have some new terminology that we can throw around now. Ringo Spec. Ringo Correct.
Right.
What else?
Those are the two big ones.
Those are the two big ones.
Yeah.
Okay. So next paragraph, the set includes all of the Ringo Correct hardware seen in the photos. Buck Rogers snare drum stand which I need to understand that in a minute. Premier Lockfast cymbal stand and model number 245 throne. Wahlberg and Ogg bass drum anchor. Ludwig Speed King bass pedal, 1400 cymbal stand. 1363 flat bass snare stand and 1123 Spurlock hi-hat stand. Now, all of that, are those the accessories that Ringo used?
I do not know.
It would be interesting to know if those are the exact accessories.
I would not argue that they are not.
They look old. I can tell.
They for sure are old. Hardware catalogs at that time were not particularly deep. So it's very likely that Ludwig probably only had 2 cymbal stands.
To the drum throne though, like that shape, is that a modern shape? Can you flip to that picture? When did that shape come out? It's more like a I don't know, that right there.
Oh yeah, the tractor style.
The tractor style, yeah.
I don't know. I do not think it's unusual for that to have been around then.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
When you say tractor style, that makes it sound old.
Yeah,
now.
Or like bike style,
okay.
bike seat style. Yeah,
right.
They're kind of interchangeable.
Okay.
But no, what I will say is the size, the overall size of it, because it's fairly small compared to the one I'm sitting on, for example. That is for sure something that's like old school.
Okay.
You know, there was no fat ass spec thrones at the time.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It seems really cushy for a 60s throne to me. That might not be a Ringo throne. I don't know.
Yeah,
if I was going to pick it apart, I'd say, oh, maybe that's not right.
Yeah. A lot of the drummers at the time would just look like they're basically sitting on like bar stools made out of paper clips. So.
All right. Next paragraph.
The symbols in the photos are not included. Oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Bummer. The set will come with a Beatles logo head, hand painted by Russ Leese, who I assume is somebody of import. The signed, Dan. The signed logo head in the photo is not included.
What? Okay.
And furthermore, is not for sale.
Okay. This picture, I feel like
I feel like we've been baited.
We've been bamboozled.
We've been jebaited.
We've been bamboozled. Hi, Emery. Even Emery's upset. He's like throwing lights around.
Yeah.
So, okay, wait. So this is a coveted drum set though. The spec.
Sure.
You know, what was the guy that was working on the line's name again?
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah.
When Jeff screwed up the snare drum.
Jeff screwed up the snare drum, and this is like a once in a lifetime deal to be able to find one of these. Mm-hmm. But I don't get the autographs, which I don't even know whose autographs those are. It looks like Ringo.
It's to somebody.
You know what?
That's for sure Ringo.
I bet you anything that's not even really Ringo's autograph.
Oh,
and that's
why
they're not selling it with the drum kit.
Or it's like a fake autograph.
Because I think I would sell it with the drum kit. Like that's the drum kit. You have to keep that with the drum kit if it's Ringo's real signature.
He knows the head is getting people in the listing. Then to pull it out, unreal.
If the person that listed this is listening, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to pick apart your listing. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking, and maybe this will help. Yep. I mean, like I want you to sell this. I want it for you. I want it for Ringo, and this thing is set around since the 60s in that basement, pristine condition. Like this thing has to go, but like I need to know why there's a $5,000 price drop at the same time.
Sure.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Are we due for another paragraph? Is there one last one? I think
that's the end. It's just him wanting.
No, there's another one.
Oh, okay.
There's another one.
I cannot read that.
You're going to zoom in a little bit.
My eyes are not that good. Consider this an opportunity to own what is likely the best Ringo Beatle set you will ever see in your life.
Okay. All right.
We will ship internationally. Not we. This guy.
We. It's more than one person.
And serious offers are considered.
Okay. What's a serious offer in this case? I just wonder.
I mean, he's got at least another $5,000 in him, I would assume, since he's already dropped.
If he's dropped
$5,000.
at $5,000, I'm going to ask for another $5,000 at least.
Like, look, $5,000 is that's more than 10%, Like he's trying to move this thing.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, and
right.
44,995. Okay, let's read the last paragraph, and then I want to see it in context of the next item down to see how much more expensive this is than something else. All right.
Oh, so, yeah, because this is not the only Ringo set on Reverb right now.
Yeah. Important. Do not pay for this item before contacting seller. Due to the high value of this set, bank wired transfer will be preferred method of payment. So I'm reading this as like you need to like call this person and work out the details of this transaction before you pull the trigger, because you're going to have to pay with a wire transfer, which there's a wire transfer fee of like a percentage and maybe like some transaction fee. So it's going to end up being more than the shipping and the negotiated price. So with that said, after reading this listing, if I was a drum collector, I think I would have some questions. Like, why don't I get the autographed drum heads?
That'd be my first one.
Yeah, that'd be my first one. Is that a real Ringo signature? If that's not a real Ringo signature, like the whole thing kind of falls apart a little bit. I wonder if it was, what's his name? The guy on the line again? Jeff. Jeff. I wonder if it really was Jeff's day on the line. It might not have been. Anyway, so overall, let's sum this up. Okay. Well, let's look at it in context of the next item down. Hit the back button for a second. Let's see. Okay, what was the next one down? 30,000. So there's a big difference in price between, like, that's a $10,000 difference, right? That's what we're talking about.
Very different drum sets, though.
Yeah. Calhoun. I'm kind of interested in that one too. But like, I mean, that is the most expensive set of drums on Reverb. And then if you scroll down, there's some artist-owned stuff. Like, it looked like. Oh wait, is that just the snare for 29?
So two of these listings are for
what
this guy I think would refer to as a quote unquote Ringo spec snare. One of which is 30 grand. The other of which is a paltry 25 grand.
Paltry. Yeah, but I mean 29 for just the snare.
Right.
That's got me thinking maybe that set.
Now that makes the kit look like a deal.
Yeah.
But
it does.
Let's check this out, because
what are the sizes on the snare? Because like that's what we need to know.
Because the second one lists the size in line with what the first guy was saying it was.
Right.
I'm curious about this one that Emery has open.
Right.
Just mentioning all that Jeff kind of went ham on the saw table that day.
Jeff. I'll never remember his name or the day he was working.
No way. Includes an English tea towel as often used by Ringo to muffle his snare and other Dan.
I know about the tea towel.
Missed opportunity for the first guy.
Okay.
No tea towel.
And what is it a Ringo tea towel? Did he blow his nose on it? That's what we need to know. Probably. He probably did. Somebody blew their nose on it. Okay. What is a tea towel anyway? Do they actually... Is that something that people still use? Is that
not in America?
Yeah.
He makes no mention of the size.
Okay.
Or depth. Only 15 of these we made, and only one drum remains available.
No size.
So this is a modern.
So I don't.
This is a modern drum. This was made in the last several years. I think
there's another one, and let's see what the size is on it.
This looks like an actual 63.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 and 5/16.
Holy grail. I like when people put that in listings. It makes me want to read it.
That does look clean. Curious if they claim that the
look at the badge.
Original.
The badge looks old. That definitely looks legit.
Yeah.
They left the patina on. They
didn't. And that I would prefer. If I were going to buy an old drum, and I would prefer you don't do anything. So here's the thing: is that over time, I don't care if it's stayed in your smoke-free, pet-free basement for the last century.
Okay.
That wrap is not going to be in the same shape that it was when you first got it. And if you are aggressive with it, you're going to crack it.
Yeah.
But this one is just. This is uncomfortably clean.
Yeah, but I tell you, like the brass, that definitely looks like real patina.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. That was my original point. Is like if the drum's clean, great. But yeah, I don't care where you keep it. That brass will develop something, some sort of it'll dull or some sort of oxidation. That's
I don't
great.
know what they call it.
I would prefer you keep it like that.
Wait, go back to that. What is that? See, 1953. Is that what that says? Or 63? That's got to be 63.
So that would be the remains of the date stamp.
And do you see how the paint's chipped? That seems legit.
Yep.
Like that looks like old paint.
Yeah, because they laid it on.
But you
thick.
can replicate that nowadays, though. Like it looks pretty legit, though. If there's anybody from Ludwig that's listening to this, feel free to put in the comments if you think it's real or not. All right.
Wow.
Look, wait. Go back. Okay, so I love when we're looking at Reverb listings and there's somebody in the background. Like this guy's chilling. He's drinking his beer. He's like, just sell that snare and get the hell out here. Let's look, waterfront property. Like, this is a nice place.
Yeah, he took it on his deck.
Yeah. So like this actually like this photo actually speaks to legitimacy of the snare. Like, it's obviously somebody that lives on the waterfront. Like, looks pretty nice. Anyway, what are the measurements of the thickness?
5 1/4.
5 1/4. So okay, so that's the real one. It's $24,000. Which, go back to the other kit, the original, not the Calhoun. Yeah, that's it. And I mean, if just the snare is going for that, I don't know.
I'm into that
because you may have a deal here.
Because you're basically getting that snare.
Yeah.
Which, what was he asking? He was asking 30, 25, 25.
It was 20, 25,
25 for that one.
Yeah, $24.95.
Yeah. So another 15, and you're getting
the rest of the set.
Great condition early 60s Ludwig,
but not
in very great sizes.
But not the autographed head. Can you part with the autographed head for that amount? Like, okay,
I would want the autographed head.
You have to kind of like think about this though, right? I would want the whole kit, right? But when you start to get into numbers like that, like $40,000 for a drum kit, you have to really you have to want that thing.
And you aren't going to play that. Mm-hmm. You might tippy tap on it.
Yeah.
You're not going to play that.
It's a collector piece.
Yeah.
But if you don't get the autographed head that says the Beatles, like, I don't know.
What's the point? What are you going to put on there? You're just going to put a white head and just...
Here's the real question. Have you ever met somebody that is that much of a Ringo fan to buy this? How many people?
No, I do not have friends that successful.
What about customers that have come in the store?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody that would buy that?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a market out there. And if this is legit, that seems like a deal. But that's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of dough to lay down on a drum kit. Mm-hmm. Anyway, overall, if I'm a collector, I'm going to ask a lot of questions before I buy this, but it's interesting.
Yeah. It's cool that it comes with hardware because that's hard to track down in any condition.
Right. And I'm not sure about all the accessories and stuff too. I might want Ringo correct accessories as well. You know? Yeah. For you're spending $40,000, just throw the accessory in if you can. I'm looking at that Cheap Trick drum set, but let's not go there. Let's should we spin the wheel again and
go to a different product category?
Different product category.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I'm just gonna give you a random guitar.
Great.
Random guitar.
Random guitar.
Random guitar. I see what he's looking at. Okay.
It's like this one. Okay. Oh man, the Thanos axe.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna need you to zoom in on okay.
Man.
Okay. All right. Let's just before we read anything, let's just take a minute to take this in. Can you scroll down just a little bit? What I'm looking at is a guitar, and there's some circle fret inlays with some pretty detailed work inside the circle. There's a skull that it reminds me of Skeletor just a little bit, just enough to I think it's cool. Let's see the pickups. It's a Seymour Duncan. Maybe that's an Invader or something. I don't know.
And it's just the one. Is there a neck pickup?
I don't think you.
At least not that I can see.
I don't think you need one on this guitar. And then there's some writing. What kind of writing is that? How many circles are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Are those chakras?
Chakras? And I feel like the other things are throwing.
There's only 7 chakras, right?
I'm not up on my chakras.
Depends who you ask. Is that one of those things?
I mean, you could probably have as many as you want.
How many chakras are there?
Yeah, right.
No, there's none.
Wait, how many planets are there in the solar system?
When that was built or now?
No. Is one Pluto? I'm just I'm looking at this. I'm I mean,
how many Infinity Stones were there? 5? I never saw the movie.
Wait. Is that, it looks like Lego going around. Like, oh, they just tried to make it look like the pickup. I get it. Okay, so it looks like the pickup poles.
Oh, is
like
that what they're trying to do?
Well, they're trying to make the pickup look part of the design, which is cool. Like,
It kind of strikes me as more like Hellraiser influence, where
I was thinking Skeletor.
he's coming out of the skin guitar.
I don't know. Whatever it is, it looks like those things crash landed on like a Martian planet. And all right, let's
They were like
look at the
shot
rest
into
of
the body.
Whoa,
There's
look
some
at that.
sort of thing on the.
Wait.
Wow.
You do not need strap locks on this guitar. You
What
could have
is
like 20
happening?
guitar straps.
Those
and
door knockers?
Wait, what's underneath of it? Is that a tennis
Yeah, that's what I'm
racket?
saying. Yeah, there's
That's
like
a tennis
there's
racket.
something under it.
Or is that like a sword? It said shinobi, so maybe it's a sword.
Oh, like a katana handle.
So that looks like, okay.
I don't know what it's called, but I've
What
seen
do
a
they call
symbol
the
like
three
that before.
like the three spinny things in the circle? Oh god,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm lost.
I'm uncultured.
But that looks like a nebula or something, like, and the pearl that's in, is that a real pearl? We need to figure that out. That adds to the value, obviously, right? Okay.
Wow, that's it. There's 4 photos. That's all you get.
Are we gonna be able to, like, okay, look at all those skulls.
The door knockers.
All right, here we go. ESP custom shop.
Oh, this is epic.
Shinobi.
Look at this.
I like this. All right, here we go. What are they, though? I need to know what they are. Oh, there is a sword. It comes with a sword. All right. What kind of wood do you think that is? Is that like an ebony fretboard?
It's probably pine.
Pine? Yeah, it's just pine. Yeah. Wow, look at how they make this. This has got to be a lot of work that went into this thing.
Oh.
Whoa. Oh, so the sword is wood.
Yeah, there's like a whole...
Oh my god. They went all out on this thing.
And they didn't take a single picture of the sword.
No. I'm guessing that's some kind of shinobi writing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay, so it's on the, what do they call that? Around the handle of a sword? What is that thing called? Oh, God. I probably knew what it was yesterday. I don't remember today. What is that? Oh, that's a skull. Okay. Damn.
Put more effort into the sword than they did get the guitar.
Yeah. This is good. Look at that.
Oh, it even has,
Yeah.
ESP carved into it.
Yeah.
Man.
All right. Oh, and they made it look metallic
That's
too.
cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want the sword.
Yeah. I wonder how much the sword sells by itself. Look at the scabbard.
How long is this?
I don't know. This is a long
This
video.
video's going on forever.
I mean, like,
It's great. I love it, but
if you're gonna spend the time to make the guitar, like, make the video.
Sure.
Yeah, by all means. This is great. This is good stuff.
he doubled the speed.
Yeah.
It's Alvin and the Chipmunks metal.
Can you speed it up even further? Like, can it go any faster?
No, just 2 times.
All right. Can you play it backwards now? Are there messages in backwards?
Oh, no, stop that.
Oh,
That is so cursed.
Yep. That's perfect. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. That's some, like, artistry right there. Make all that happen. That could take a while. You know, how long do you think it took them to make this guitar? That is a throwing star. I was right. That's a throwing star. Wait, does the sword go inside the guitar?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Yep.
Just imagine, like, jumping out on stage. You're like, ah, and, like, pull the sword out. Oh, my God. You scare the crap out of everybody. Is that a real sword? We don't know. All right. Okay.
Wait, what was that?
Yeah. There's some
Did you
kind
see
of
that?
switch going
Yeah.
on there. Yeah, I didn't see that. It was
and
going a little
stuff
fast.
hanging off of one of the
Yeah.
wings.
Look at that. That is sick. Okay. I mean, 12-year-old me is like, oh, I gotta have that guitar. Like,
35-year-old me is kind of into it.
I know. Yeah. All right.
That track was good too.
Yeah,
I was impressed with that.
Was it the guitar? Maybe it was the
A
guitar.
little
that was
bit of
playing?
both.
Okay.
You know, I feel like because usually those videos, like the music, it's always just
Wait a minute.
super.
Okay. So before we watched that video, I was like,
a lot of money.
I didn't see the price.
I didn't either.
I thought I thought it said $7,000, and like I was watching, I'm like, that's a lot of work for a $7,000 guitar, and like now that makes a lot more sense. Okay,
yeah, that it's 70,000,
and it ships from Singapore, so you know shipping isn't going to be cheap if you buy that.
I wouldn't want it to be cheap if I buy that.
No, not at all.
You think you're going to get a neck repair from Jeff's cousin George at the
No. Yeah, I mean it's probably worth flying to Singapore to go pick that up. Yeah,
see it in person.
Yeah,
man. That was cool.
That is cool. Let's read what it says. Okay, wait. Okay, so here we go. You go first this time.
Oh, all right.
I got screwed on the long ones last time.
Oh, okay. So what, you want to read the paragraph that's one sentence this time?
Right. Oh, wait, it's sold as described. Just disclaimer here.
All right. So this is not from the seller. This is actually from ESP.
Mm-hmm.
This is the production process of Shinobi exhibited at 2016 NAMM, which is the North American Music Trade Show.
You know, I did kind of look at the
7
ESP
years
booth
ago.
then, and I don't remember seeing that.
The theme, of course, is ninja.
Yeah.
It is designed with the motifs of the ninja's classic weapons, shuriken, chain weight, which I did not know was a classic ninja weapon.
I actually knew that because of the new Netflix series.
Oh. And sword, of course. The producer, I assume the craftsman, is, I'm going to butcher this guy's name, Masao Omuro.
You did pretty good. I think that was right.
The master luthier that ESP is proud of. We have produced Rine, I assume that's how it's pronounced.
Reincarnation.
Armor, Shingami, Reaper, Kizoku, Noble, and Ghost. I assume those are the names of other guitars.
Right. Maybe it was a whole series that they did.
Right.
In the.
I'll give you a breakdown.
Okay.
So this is a one-of-a-kind instrument. Includes a display case. Specially designed and fabricated in Japan, together with its original ESP case.
I want to see the display case. Is it in the picture?
No, this guy took 4 photos, and it's just the guitar body and one of the headstock.
No, but that's a display case. That's not a guitar case.
That looks like a guitar.
I think that's like a glass lid or something.
Okay. Well, what? In any case, you don't get the full effect though of it. In any case, standing in a room, right?
Right. Yeah.
And there's no photos of the sword.
There is. It's underneath.
Barely, like the tip of the handle, the pommel, if you will.
Oh, that is that.
That's
what
the
it's
tip
called.
of the handle.
Pommel.
That's not that.
The pommel.
I was gonna say handguard, which I think is not like the correct nomenclature.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, okay. My thoughts are like, wow, that's an expensive guitar. Is it
yes,
cool?
It is.
Is it cool? And is there a lot of work in it? There's a ton of work in that thing. And whoever put this together, I can't pronounce. What is his name? Masao. What did you say? Because I think you had it right.
The same way again. Masao Omuro.
Okay, he knew what he was doing.
Yes, he did.
He
is not related to Jeff at Ludwig.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. But you can tell like the craftsmanship in this. Like he is an artist, and he put this together. And I gotta say, like I said, the 12-year-old me that's obsessed with the American Ninja movies, which are really horrible, by the way.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm, if I had $70,000 and I'm 12 years old, I'm buying this in 2 seconds.
You say that now, and now it occurs to me there was a lot of ninja media in the late 80s and early 90s.
There was
just a ton.
You
couldn't get away from it.
No, it was like in cartoons.
Yeah.
It was in video games.
I mean, I was gonna say like I grew up playing like Ninja Gaiden on Game Boy and watching Ninja Turtles. Like that's up my alley, or that's up that alley too.
Movies like the Chuck Norris movies. He always fought a ninja. I mean, there was always a ninja lurking.
You mean he always beat the tar out of a ninja?
Well, that's true. It's Chuck Norris anyway, right? Like, can he be beaten? No.
That guitar is cool.
That is definitely a cool guitar. $70,000. Like my grown-up self, I'm kind of like, man, you have to really like ninjas to buy this thing, and I would want to go pick it up in person. Like, I would not have that thing shipped.
I would have. I mean, the thing, like, I'm sure the seller would probably furnish more photos, but I'm just really disappointed that there's only 4 photos.
Yeah, for 70 grand,
and they're all from the same perspective.
Yeah,
like, look, in that one, yeah, you can see the end of the sword.
Yep,
that's almost worse. I almost wish you hadn't shown me that.
I thought it was a tennis racket at first. I feel bad about that.
Because the sword has to come out. They carved.
I feel like the pictures don't do it justice.
They carved the whole, like, the ESP logo into the blade, and then all the characters into the blade, and they finished and painted it. Yeah. Like, it has to come out. Yeah, it has to come out. Very cool.
If I'm interested in this, I already know what it is probably. Yeah. And I'm gonna be like, okay, I need to see more pictures. Send me everything. Yeah. And I'm gonna be booking a trip to come hang out with you for a week before I buy this.
I would also be curious to know, because we've carried and sold a number of the exhibition limited guitars, and they're expensive. Yeah, they are, like, they start at 10,000. Some of them get into the 30s. I know. I'm really curious how much that was initially. Not saying that it shouldn't be 70. I'm not saying that they don't appreciate. I'm not saying that if someone spends 70 on that, it's not worth it. But, and I'm not trying to throw shade at Masao for his craftsmanship. No, but. Is that twice what that guitar would have sold for in 2016?
So if you want to really know, you see where Davis Guitar Singapore is on the screen. Can you click that and see if they have any other guitars for sale? Let's see, like, what it looks like here. Because usually if you're going to overvalue things, you're going to just do it across the board, right? Yeah. So, like, they have other ESP exhibitions.
Those are in line with what I'm used to seeing.
Right, but he has 2 of the Shinobi series. So maybe, like... Maybe
he has another.
Yeah, maybe Shinobis. You can get 2 if you're collecting that series and you want it.
Also asking.
That's Ghost Soldier, not Shinobi. Okay.
That is a aggressive look.
That is very aggressive.
That is
like you're serious if you're pulling that out and playing it. You're definitely is that blood dripping from the gun? I think it is.
There's blood on it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
ESP is splattered on it. Man.
Yeah. Wait, what kind of sticker is on the stock there? There's a sticker. Go up. See if you can find a
sticker on the.
Yeah. Look, right. It's like a picture of somebody. Is it supposed to be like a family photo or something, like a first soldier or something? Like,
I bet.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. So you could get 2 of the same series by this one seller. So, like, I mean, looking at the other prices, they don't look too, like...
No. That's a good point, though, too, that you bring up, is that those guitars were part of a series.
Right.
I don't think that's something they do every year. Right.
No, I think that's a special thing. And if you know what it is and you're into it and, like, you know, and you're a collector, you collect ESPs, and you're like, I got to have those. So, like, they maybe has the I know what I got price on it. Maybe not to use that trope, but, you know, like, that's a, you know... That could be a fair price. Yeah. I'm not really one to judge ESP values, but I mean, the Shinobi one. I mean, think about that. You got a sword in your guitar that you can, like, pull out. Like,
that's the thing that you got that sword that you can pull out. I bet those AKs don't even work.
I'm hoping they don't. Okay, nobody will get killed with this guitar. But the throwing stars, I'm pretty sure you can't remove those. I wish we could get a better picture of the jack to see what's happening there. Like, it looked like there was some kind of crazy...
Dying to know what the electronic situation is in there. Yeah.
So I'm going to probably do some homework and, you know, do some searches on this just so I know what's going on with the jack.
You know what would be tragic?
What's that?
Is if that button was a coil tab.
Oh. But why would a coil tap be on the jack? That doesn't seem right to me. Like, the coil... Well, there's only one pickup.
There's no knobs.
Well, maybe we think there's one pickup.
There's no control knobs.
It doesn't really say, like, what the electronic specs are here.
Yeah, there's no nothing.
Okay, so you're going to try to find the jack. Okay. All right, let's do this. Where did those skulls go? I think... Like, I didn't see that many... Oh, on the sword.
Yeah, they're on the door knockers.
On the sword.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Look. I wish... I mean... You want a picture of that, right? Like,
yeah. I want... Like, these are the pictures I want.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I put the video in.
Yeah. The video has everything.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, no strap locks for that thing. Can you see me with like 20 guitar straps? I'm like, yeah.
All right, if we don't move on, I'm just going to keep watching this video.
That is like a.
It's around back too.
That's like a
It's
pedal
it's
switch.
Just it's
a pedal switch.
It's the pedal switch. Right?
Yeah,
off of a stomp box.
But it's in. I don't know if that goes with the aesthetic of the guitar, but I'm wondering what it does. Like, what is that for? Maybe it's a kill switch.
But why put it there?
Are there knobs on it? I didn't even notice that, because if there's no knobs, maybe it needs a kill switch.
Yeah, I don't think there are any knobs. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have a volume knob, you want to.
Yeah, maybe it's a kill switch.
Yeah,
it could be a momentary where you're like.
I think that's.
Yeah.
That's the answer I like.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with kill switch.
Yeah,
I do know that kill switches are usually like the momentary switches are usually rounded on the head and not as cylindrical. But like, so maybe it is just like an on-off type deal. But interested.
Yeah, that was great.
Okay,
love that. All right. Well, that was Reverb Roulette.
Reverb Roulette, Volume 1.
That was great. That was good fun.
Yeah. So, I guess to sum it up, if you had to buy the kit or the guitar, what do you buy?
Oh, the guitar.
You buy the guitar.
The kit doesn't come with a sword.
I'm buying the kit.
I'm a drummer. I play drums. I'm taking that guitar.
I'm buying the kit.
1,000%.
I'm buying the kit, but I'm asking a lot of questions, and I'm going to be that guy.
I'm not asking any questions about the guitar. I just want it.
All right.
I know everything there is to know about it. It comes with a sword. The end.
I'm going to borrow it from you when you buy it. How about that? All right. Perfect.
All right. All right. I'll take the drum set as collateral.
I don't know how to wrap things up, so I'm just going to say, let's get the hell out of here. And it's been fun.
Yeah. I think it's better if there's no real post-amble.
Right.
It's the opposite of a preamble.
Yeah. We'll just kind of quietly leave.
Yeah. Right. We'll see you next time. Or we won't. You'll see us next time.
All right.